While tanks thundered across Europe and planes dropped fire from the skies, in the shadows, another war raged, a secret war. One of whispers, betrayal, and unshakable courage. This war wasn't fought by soldiers in uniform, but by men and women who wore no ranks, who used typewriters, forged papers, lipstick pistols, and coded messages in crosswords. This is the story of the invisible warriors, the spies, and resistance fighters who risked everything to fight back. Not for medals, not for glory, but because they believed, even in the darkest hour, that freedom was worth dying for. It began slowly. A whisper here, a coded letter there. In occupied cities like Warsaw, Paris, and Amsterdam, cafes became meeting points, bookshops turned into drop zones, radios hummed with static, but hidden within were voices calling for help, calling for defiance. In France, the resistance was born out of despair, but soon bloomed into a formidable network. Civilians became saboteurs, housewives delivered weapons in bread baskets, farmers hid downed Allied pilots in haylofts, even children played courier. In 1944, 23-year-old Violette Szabo parachuted into Nazi-occupied France, a British secret agent, fluent in French, armed with a codebook, a pistol, and the memory of her fallen husband. Her mission? Reconnect with a severed resistance network near Limoges. By day, she posed as a housewife. By night, she coordinated sabotage missions, disrupted German convoys, and relayed crucial intelligence. Her bicycle was her lifeline, her smile, her disguise. Then came the ambush. At a checkpoint, Gestapo agents opened fire. Violette returned fire, buying time for her comrades to flee. She was captured, tortured, and sent to Ravensbrück. Despite relentless interrogation, she gave up nothing. Her last known words before execution: "Tell my daughter I love her. Tell her I was brave." In 1942, Munich, a different resistance emerged, armed not with guns but with truth. Hans and Sophie Scholl were university students who distributed anti-Nazi leaflets under the name The White Rose. They quoted Goethe, challenged Hitler's lies, and urged Germans to resist. In February 1943, they were caught after Sophie scattered pamphlets from a balcony. Their trial lasted hours, but their courage echoed for generations. Sophie's words at trial: "What we said and wrote are what many people think, they just don't dare say." Executed by guillotine. But their voices never died. Meet Garbo, real name Juan Pujol Garcia, a Spanish double agent who fooled Hitler himself. Rejected by the Allies initially, he created a fake spy network that reported false information to the Nazis. He fed them lies so convincing they awarded him the Iron Cross. Garbo's greatest trick? Convincing Hitler that the D-Day invasion would happen at Calais, not Normandy. The result? German troops stayed in the wrong place, long enough for Allied forces to secure the beaches. He vanished after the war, declared dead, only to be found decades later. Running a bookstore in Venezuela, they called her the White Mouse, the Gestapo's most wanted woman. Nancy Wake was an Australian journalist who joined the French resistance. Elegant and ruthless, charming and deadly. She smuggled refugees, organized supply drops, killed a Nazi with her bare hands, and commanded over 7,000 Maquis fighters. At one point, with her radio operator dead, she biked over 300 miles in 3 days to reconnect communications through enemy territory. After the war, she was offered medals, which she accepted with a martini. D-Day was not just a beach assault, it was a masterpiece of deception. While resistance fighters blew up bridges and cut lines, the Allies unleashed a bizarre secret weapon, The Ghost Army, a unit of artists, actors, and sound engineers. They created inflatable tanks, played recorded battle sounds, and set up fake camps to fool German reconnaissance planes. It worked. Entire divisions were misdirected. Lives were saved. History often remembers the generals, the battles, and the treaties. But in the quiet corners of Europe, the war was won by invisible hands. Students with printing presses, mothers with code names, artists with rubber tanks, and spies who lived and died in the shadows. We owe them more than medals. We owe them memory. So next time you hear a ticking clock, remember it may have once been the sound of freedom. Like, share, and comment your favorite story. Who inspired you the most? Subscribe for more untold stories from the pages of history.